I was awoken by what I perceived to be snow sliding off my roof and my house shaking at about 5:30 in the morning. And happens often that my house will shake in the wind or whatnot. It's a 1880-year-old house built in the 1880s. And so I got up, got down, got some breakfast, took a look outside, and it certainly wasn't the wind that was shaking the house. It was concussions from what I perceived to be explosions from the shed next to the large building, and it was completely engulfed in flames. And I've seen I've seen a couple of houses burned to the ground, and this was a structure fire that was basically out of control. The people in the fire company, they could do hardly anything to it. It was just burning so hot. And there was a series of what I perceived to be explosions, perhaps machinery inside. I saw the frame of the building, what you could see through the flames, shake in distinct white flames. And then, of course, the army of embers that attacked the city of Littleton, glowing embers that would fly over and fall on Main Street and on roofs and stay lit for maybe about a minute or so. I watched one. Pretty amazing. And I stuck around, protected my house. Although the wind never shifted and never got any embers, it was certainly pretty amazing. I could feel the heat easily from across the river, about 100 and, I don't know, probably 150 yards away, 100 yards away. Amazing.
people, whoever doesn't have a helmet, protective clothing, get them away from the scene.
Quarter after 5, Kenny came out of his house, go to work down on Hitchcock. He saw a fire coming out of the top of the building on the east end. So he went, called 911, and he went down and woke up Chris and Jen Gould and the baby. They left. They had to carry the dogs into the car because they didn't want to go.
Yeah.
And then he came over and woke us up. And Kenny and I come out here and watched the fire, took pictures.
Yeah.
And stayed at the fire marshal's office, he's taking the disc from the cameras.
Right.
To,
Now, just how hot was it here?
it was pretty hot. We were standing up by the porch there, in front of my car. It got so hot we had to go to the other side of the building.
Right. What did it do to these bumpers behind you here?
It melted the bumpers. This one here took most of the damage in the tail light. Fire progressed this way towards the street, and west, the metal on the outside of the building had melted, and so it showed the skeleton of the building until that collapsed. When it got to the panels in the building, that's when the sparks started flying at the pole here, where the power was connected to the building. And it burnt off the cable that came from this pole to the next pole. It was attached for Chris's power. It broke here and fell down, sparks were flying all over the place until the power company cut power about 6:30. Lois Bugeaud was here and helped coordinate support. Red Cross used our house as their headquarters for an hour or two.
For some time, it was previously a woodworking manufacturing company. Primarily, they manufactured furniture and some other types of wood products.
Was there power to the building?
There was power to the building.
And our question now, my question now is, in any sense, I know it's probably too early to tell what the cause was, but do you even have a troubled spot or an area where it might have began?
Currently, the State Fire Marshal's Office is assisting us with the investigation to make a determination of cause. We have to take a look at the entire structure and examine the structure to find that cause of the fire.
Is that where it started, Joe?
Where's that?
At the DCI building? Did it start there?
The DCI building was the main body of fire, yes.
Okay. And then it went across the street at 5:30 this morning or whatever. Was there high wind and everything?
Actually, the building's adjacent to the DCI building. By fire terms, we call those exposures.
Uh-huh.
All right, those exposures were damaged by the radiant heat that was coming from the main body of fire.
So how many homes are we talking about that are total loss?
We have 4 buildings which were damaged by the fire.
And one that's a total loss, the house and the garage, is that right?
I couldn't tell you if it was a total loss. It was damaged. Did sustain some damage, some considerable damage.
Did the flames actually shoot over? Did they travel over the power lines, or how did it get over? Or was it just?
It's just by radiant heat, by the heat of the fire.
Did it actually catch fire though?
Yes, the buildings did catch fire.
Okay. What was the biggest challenge when your crew got here that you were facing?
Water supply. Establishing a very reliable, adequate water supply to battle the volume of fire that we found.
And getting people out? I mean, was there a situation like, oh my God, where are these people going to go?
No, actually, it didn't take us long to evacuate the perimeter. actually, people saw the size of the fire. They were very concerned for their safety, and they started to self-evacuate. They were actually packing up small bags, and they were leaving the scene and checking in with us, telling us we're leaving now. So they helped us out considerably. But we went to 5 alarms. We had approximately 11 towns respond to the town of Littleton. The firefighters did a great job in keeping the fire to where it was.
Any Vermont response?
Yes.
What towns?
Top of my head, I couldn't tell you.
St. Jay?
St. James.
Okay, thanks, Joe.
When we hear, warehouse that's not being used, we always think vandals or someone in there. No one's in there, nothing's going on. How can we possibly explain this?
Well, that's the reason why we have the state fire marshal here, and that's why we're investigating the fire. It's an ongoing investigation.
We heard some people say that they were coming to pick up some furniture from the building, so is it true that people were still kind of coming and going?
I have no knowledge of that.
Was there anyone that checked on it, or anyone that would go into the building for any purposes?
I have no knowledge of that. Currently it's under investigation. I couldn't comment whether that's true or not.
And how fortunate are we that, no major injuries, right?
We had 3 firefighters injured. They were taken to the hospital, treated, and released.
What were they taken for?
They were taken for smoke inhalation, and one sustained a broken ankle.
And what about the other one? 2 smoke inhalation?
When people were talking about the rain of embers and everything, was there any problems on Main Street?
Yes.
And was that church smoking?
The embers were, we were very concerned about the amount of embers that were coming from this fire. A majority of them were landing in the Main Street area, and they were landing on rooftops, on steeples, some other businesses, some homes, and what we did is we assigned 3 engines and a ladder to the Main Street area to make sure that none of those homes were going to catch fire, and to check out the rooftops and check out the structures. The church was of primary concern because during the fire you can actually see the embers, like they look like little Christmas tree lights sitting on top of the roof of the church.
Wow.
Yeah.
I heard from one of the police officers that some embers did actually go across to the Tannery Marketplace, and it was beginning, and you guys took care of it.
Yes.
Is that accurate? Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
That's a good save.
What is DCI? What is DCI?
I would like to compliment all of the emergency service providers from the town of Littleton and from the surrounding towns for doing an outstanding job in minimizing the loss today, in protecting lives, including their own, and in working together in a teamwork mode of operation that is very, very rare. They made you proud today, and I hope that you'll join me in commending them for the job that they did. It isn't done yet. They're still fighting the fire, and they'll be on there all night tonight. But there were 3, if it was my broken ankle, I wouldn't describe it as minor. But under the circumstances, what it could be, there were 3 minor injuries today. 1 broken ankle and 2 smoke inhalation situations. All 3 firefighters are doing well. But I do commend police, fire, ambulance, road crew, and everyone else that participated. It was very rewarding to see people come together.